Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Mark from Solo Games, and today we're going to talk a little bit about the ring tempts you mechanic. So I'm not really going to walk too much detail about the mechanic, but the one thing I do want to comment is, I kind of get this feeling like I'm the only person who's really mad about, I don't know, Wizard of the Coast messing up this mechanic from a flavor perspective. I know they're trying to stay on theme, and I know they're trying to be nice, I guess. This is the theme of, like, I don't know, our current age is every card has to be nice, right? It's group hug or nothing. I just don't understand why this card is done this way, right? I felt like the ring really should be, I don't know, black color identity feeling, where, it's high reward for high cost type of thing, right? Like, you can go invisible, you have ultimate power, you can control other people, but you may lose half your life, that kind of stuff, right? Or you may become evil and lose control of your game and have someone else, like something super detrimental, but you gain like great rewards right now. I feel like the One Ring, the way that, the ring tempts you mechanic, it feels so benign. It feels so like just meh, like, okay, like nothing really bad happens. You do something and it's like, okay, now you can draw cards, now you're unblockable. Like everything is good, which actually on flavor wise really suck. Because if you understand from the Lord of the Rings, the story, like Frodo's not supposed to put this ring on, because the more he puts this on, the more it like turns him. And normal people, so humans, elves, whatever, the people who have like power and ambition and these kind of things, the ring amplifies those and it makes you evil. Like basically, Saruman didn't even get the ring, right? Just thinking about getting the ring, being corrupted by Sauron, turned a wizard, the white wizard who's defender of justice and all that stuff, into basically like somebody who's greedy, who's has greed for power and yearns for more power and yearns to actually overthrow Sauron, become Sauron himself. And if you look at like, even Gandalf, somebody who basically is very pure of heart, could not even resist the ring, right? He didn't want to touch it because he knows if he came into possession of the ring, it would mean great disaster. Because if you take the ring's evil with his power, his, what he can do, it would mean big trouble for Middle-earth, right? And then you look at like Boromir, who was basically going to kill Frodo. By the way, for those of you that didn't watch the movie and have watched Game of Thrones, Boromir is Ned Stark, okay? Go watch Lord of the Rings and you'll see the guy, like the actor, play two very drastically different roles, right? Boromir is kind of like a little bit evil, but Ned Stark is very good. It was just like really shocking for me because I kind of grew up watching Lord of the Rings, and then I watched Game of Thrones and I was like, oh, this guy's like good. But like, in my head, I'm thinking, oh man, he's going to like do some shady shit like he did in Lord of the Rings. Anyways, right, he was tempted by the ring too. And the ring drove him to do something very bad, right? He almost killed Frodo for the ring. Because for him, right, on the surface, it's like he wanted the ring because he thought the power that the ring held could help him save his city, save his kingdom of Gondor, right? But that's the temptation. I think the best example for all my video game watchers here, the ring is like Frostmourne, right? Right? You get this? Arthas, right? Man, what is the best lore of, World of Warcraft? It's got to be that Arthas line. That Arthas arc, Northrend, all that stuff is the best, right? And it's because Arthas, someone who's really pure of heart, who really tried to do the right things. He just wanted to save his people and his city of Lordaeron, and instead, he grasped for power because he felt like only this power that he could get from the sword, from basically becoming the Lich King, could defeat the evil. But he never knew the whole point of why his city was being like raided and attacked, all that stuff, was to tempt him into grasping for a solution that's not a real solution, right? Very similarly, this is what happened to Illidan as well, and basically the whole Night Elf side of it too. They're tempted by the demons, etc. I mean, look, World of Warcraft is full of this stuff. I think like, basically like all of the orcs, where this happened to them too. The demons tempted them, basically made actual like orcs. Like I think it was like Grom, right? I think it's Grom Hellscream. or his brother, I forget which one. But basically, he was tempted by like the demon, right? Drank the liquids, whatever, all this stuff. So, where was I? Oh, temptation. Yeah, here we go. So, look, the ring tempts you, right? On flavor, it really should cost a lot. Now, you should gain a ton of power. I'm totally down for that, but it should cost a lot. The way the mechanic reads right now is just, for me, a mechanic, like it's a total lore fail. And I don't know why people are not more up in arms at this. And I think this tells me that at the core, there's something that's really broken at Wizards of the Coast right now, which is at the cost of being true to the story, at the cost of making something that's like very, I don't know, like feels very close to the lore, they're trying to just make everyone happy. And I wonder how much of this is basically disseminated into other aspects of design at Wizards of the Coast. Are they designing more cards that are just like nicer to everyone rather than maybe some cards that are a little bit, maybe, I don't know, like not so nice, right? Maybe they can design cards that are a little bit more vicious. And it's okay if you design cards that like allow certain people to kind of, I don't know, gain a benefit at the cost of the table, that kind of stuff, right? Like more vicious cards. I don't necessarily think that's a bad idea. And I think right now the path that we're going down with this whole like, let's not make it super evil. Let's not make the ring tempt you like really that harmful for you. I'm not sure if this is a good design path, and I'm not sure if this is the right direction. Now, I will say this very clearly. I am not a designer at Wizards of the Coast. I have not made card games, so maybe what I'm saying is just whatever. Doesn't even matter, right? But personally, as a consumer, as somebody who is getting the receiving end of like a designed decision, right? I don't like it. I think it's stupid. I think it's being too cautious. And that's the way I think the world is kind of going right now. Everyone's being very cautious, right? Nobody really wants to say anything. Nobody really wants to do anything. You don't want to offend people. Why not? What's wrong with that? Really? I feel like it's taking a lot of like this flavor, idea, identity, uniqueness out of this game. And it kind of sucks. Like I was actually kind of looking forward to what the ring tempts you could do. When I saw this card, or when I saw this mechanic, I'm just not that excited. I think it's really like bland. And if we use a quote from Mark Rosewater, right, a long time ago, he really believes this in design. He believes designing things that are going to make people feel very strongly, positive or negative. Both things are good. If you can make some people love the card and make some people hate the card, that's great. What I think we're getting with the ring tempts you is kind of just a meh. And meh in design is really bad. Mark Solo Games, stay classy.